Hello everybody, welcome. I want to talk to you today about something that I believe is honestly one of the most powerful forces in our lives. You can walk into any room, any situation, and you can just feel it when someone has that special something. People with high emotional intelligence stand out in any crowd. It's not about being the loudest person in the room, or the smartest, or even the most successful in a traditional sense. It's more like a quiet confidence, a certain grace, a way of being that draws people in and makes them feel seen, heard, and understood. It's a light that shines from the inside out. These traits, this inner wisdom, are what help us build the most incredible, strong, and lasting relationships. They are the tools we use to navigate life's biggest challenges, those moments that really test our very core. When you have a deep well of emotional intelligence to draw from, you don't just survive the storms of life, you learn to dance in the rain. You find the lesson in the loss, the strength in the struggle. It's about understanding yourself so deeply that you can then understand the world and the people around you with a profound sense of clarity and compassion. So today we're going to explore what that really looks like. We're going to pull back the curtain on the habits and the heart sets of people who live with this incredible intelligence. This isn't something you're just born with, it's a skill you can cultivate, a muscle you can strengthen. And my hope is that by the end of our time together, you'll see a little more of this light in yourself and feel empowered to let it shine even brighter. So get comfortable, open your heart, and let's begin this journey together. The very first thing I've noticed, time and time again, is the profound gift of empathy and active listening. Now, we all think we listen, don't we? But are we truly hearing what's being said, or are we just waiting for our turn to speak? People with high emotional intelligence listen with their whole being. They put down their phones, they turn their bodies toward you, they make eye contact. They're not just hearing your words, they're feeling them. They are trying to climb inside your experience to understand your perspective from where you stand, not from where they are. It's a sacred space they create, where you feel safe enough to be your truest self. And what's so beautiful about this is that they do it even when they disagree, especially when they disagree. It's easy to listen to someone who shares your exact viewpoint. The real challenge, the real growth, comes from trying to understand a heart that beats to a different drum. They ask questions not to challenge but to clarify. Help me understand, they'll say. They listen for the emotion beneath the words, the story behind the statement. This isn't about changing their own mind necessarily. It's about respecting yours enough to truly hear it. It's one of the greatest acts of love and respect you can offer another human being. Another powerful sign is how they handle their own stumbles. We all make mistakes. It's just part of the human condition. But people with high emotional intelligence have what I call a growth mindset. They take full accountability for their actions. You will never hear them pointing fingers or making excuses. Instead, you'll hear them say, "You know what, I messed that up. That was on me." There is such strength and dignity in that. They understand that a mistake isn't a life sentence, it is a lesson. It's an opportunity to learn something new about themselves and do better the next time. This is why they can handle criticism with such grace. When someone offers feedback, they don't get defensive or shut down, they lean in, they listen. They know that criticism isn't an attack on their worth as a person, but a chance to see a blind spot they might have missed. They separate their actions from their identity. They can look at their behavior and say, "I can improve that," without feeling like they, as a person, are fundamentally flawed. They see every challenge, every piece of feedback as a stepping stone on their journey of becoming more, not as a judgment of who they are. Have you ever been around someone who, when chaos erupts all around them, remains the calm center of the storm? That, my friends, is emotional regulation in action. It's a remarkable ability. People with this strength feel all the same things we do. The anger, the frustration, the anxiety, the fear. They are not robots. But the difference is, they don't let those emotions hijack them. They have learned to sit with a feeling, to acknowledge it without letting it take over the driver's seat. They can feel a wave of anger rise and say, "I see you, I feel you, but I will not act on you right now." This creates an incredible resilience. Because they can manage their internal world, they are better equipped to handle the external one. They don't crumble under pressure. They get curious. They see challenges not as threats, but as assignments from the universe designed to help them grow stronger. They have an inner anchor that keeps them steady, no matter how fierce the winds blow. This doesn't mean they don't have bad days or moments of weakness. It means that when they get knocked down, they know how to get back up, dust themselves off, and find the strength to face another day with hope. One of the most freeing and powerful things you can do in this life is to say, I don't know. And honestly, emotionally intelligent people are masters of this. They have an incredible adaptability and, a genuine openness to learning. They're not invested in being the expert on everything. Their ego just isn't tied to having all the answers. This actually makes them wonderfully flexible. When a plan falls apart, they don't get stuck in frustration. Instead, they pivot. They look for a new way, a different path. They're willing to change their minds when presented with new information. This open-mindedness turns them into lifelong learners. They're endlessly curious about the world and the people in it. They ask questions, they read, they travel, they listen to podcasts, and they talk to people who are different from them. They actively seek out new knowledge and experiences, not to seem smarter, but because they have a true, deep-seated desire to understand. They really embody the idea that the more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. And that kind of humility, that willingness to be a student of life is honestly a source of infinite growth and connection. Communication? It is everything, isn't it? But it's so much more than just the words we say. People with high emotional intelligence are skilled communicators because they understand the nuances. They know how to build bridges instead of walls. A huge part of this is their ability to set healthy boundaries. They can say no with kindness and firmness, protecting their own energy without making the other person feel rejected. They do this because they respect themselves, and in turn they teach others how to respect them. They know that good fences make good neighbors, in life and in relationships. They are also incredible motivators. They know how to give feedback that is constructive, not critical. They wrap their truth in compassion, focusing on the behavior and the path forward, rather than on the person's flaws. They inspire action, not shame, and they are masters at reading the unspoken language. They notice the shift in your posture, the flicker in your eyes, the slight hesitation in your voice. They read the nonverbal cues that tell the real story. This allows them to respond to what you truly need, not just to what you're saying on the surface. You can tell so much about a person by how they react to the success of others. Emotionally intelligent people practice what I call positive social engagement. When you share good news with them, they don't feel threatened or jealous. They genuinely light up for you. They celebrate your victories as if they were their own. They know, deep in their bones, that there is enough success, enough joy, enough light to go around for everybody. Your win does not diminish them. It adds to the collective good, and they are thrilled to witness it and cheer you on. And when conflict arises, as it always does, they have a way of staying objective. They don't get caught up in the drama or the he said, she said. They are not interested in finding someone to blame. They are interested in finding a solution. They can step back from their own emotions and look at the situation from a bird's eye view. They focus on the problem, not the person. This allows them to mediate, to find common ground, and to guide everyone toward a resolution that feels fair and respectful to all involved. They are the peacemakers, the problem solvers, the ones who unite instead of divide. And finally, at the very heart of it all is a beautiful, unwavering commitment to authenticity and gratitude. People with high emotional intelligence are not trying to be anyone but themselves. They have done the work to know who they are, what they value, and what they stand for. There is an honesty and an integrity that shines through in everything they do. What you see is what you get. They don't wear masks or play games. This authenticity is magnetic. It gives others permission to be their true selves as well. It creates a space of trust and genuine connection. Hand in hand with this authenticity is a deep, abiding practice of gratitude. They don't take their blessings for granted. They frequently and sincerely express their appreciation for the people and the experiences in their lives. A simple thank you from them feels profound because it is. They notice the little things, a beautiful sunset, a kind word from a stranger, a perfectly brewed cup of coffee. This practice of gratitude keeps them grounded and joyful. It makes others feel seen, valued, and appreciated, strengthening every bond they have. It is the ultimate expression of a heart that is open, aware, and full, and So there you have it, from empathy to authenticity, from resilience to gratitude, these are the hallmarks of high emotional intelligence. These are the qualities that allow us to live richer, deeper, more connected lives. As we went through them, I want you to ask yourself, how many do you recognize in yourself? Maybe you saw yourself in the way you listened to a friend, or in the way you bounce back from a setback. Acknowledge that. Celebrate that strength within you because it is real and it is powerful. Perhaps you also identified areas where you feel you can grow, a muscle you want to strengthen. That is a beautiful thing. That awareness is the first and most important step on any journey of growth. This isn't about achieving perfection, it's about making progress. It's about committing to a lifelong practice of understanding your own heart, so you can better understand the hearts of others. Every single day gives us a new opportunity to practice, to learn, and to become more of who we are meant to be. The world needs more of this. It needs more empathy, more understanding, and more authentic connection. So I want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments which trait resonated with you the most, or which one you think is most important for building a better world together. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Go out there and let your own beautiful light shine. Until next time.